Hiya, my name's Nathan. I'm here at the XL, where we're here at Comic Con and EGX. Today we're going to be talking to some game devs and talking about their games, how they're made and what they do. Let's go! I'm joined by Marcus, who is part of the art department. Marcus, could you tell us a little bit about Chroma Gun 2?
Yeah, Chroma Gun 2 is like Portal with colors. So it's a first-person puzzle shooter, and you have to mix and match colors to get droids to certain positions to solve some chambers. It's all mixed with a huge story. You travel through the multiverse and have a lot of fun.
Okay, that sounds quite interesting. I've seen like some gameplay of people behind it, and I was a little bit like, I couldn't quite get the concept of it, but you've explained it perfectly there. So it's the second edition of this.
Yes.
When was the first one released?
The first one came out 2016. It was our first game. Was a moderate success, but we're happy with it. And this one solves all the issues the first one had.
Perfect. So a lot of breakthroughs and improvements to the original game. Where did the original concept come from?
The concept came from a game jam, the Ludum Dare game jam, and the theme was an unconventional weapon. So the idea came up with mixing colors and shooting colors to walls. Same colors attract, and then this idea started.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for that. Thank you for your time. Thank you, and we'll see you at the next game. Here with Daniela, one of the brand managers for Starship Troopers Terran Command. So, in a quick explanation, what is this game? What is it about?
So it's based on the Starship Troopers franchise. It's a movie from the 90s, and it follows the same history line, at least for the first part, and then goes to its own history line, but it's based on the same topic. So it's basically humanity against the arachnids, and you play the role of the humanity, so the units, the troopers, and you have to kill the bugs.
Okay, perfect. Sounds like my kind of game. Is it like a strategy, turn-based game? How does it work, the actual gameplay of it?
It's a real-time strategy game.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, definitely up my alley. I play games like Sins of a Solar Empire, which are on my channel and stuff like that. So obviously it's based off the movie from, is it in the 90s, isn't it?
Yeah.
So is it like a direct correlation to it?
Yes, there is. Actually, we got our own history line recently, but there's a direct correlation because we work with Sony, which is the licensor for Starship Troopers, and they review everything because it needs to be coherent with the whole franchise.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you at the next game. Joined here by Francesco, the brand manager, and that is for Battle Sector. Francesco, could you just explain a little bit about the game and what it is?
Okay, Warhammer 40,000 Battle Sectors is a turn-based strategy game, quite similar to the actually Warhammer tabletop game. So if you're a fan of both, you might find some similarities between the two. Today in EGX, we are presenting for the very first time our new DLC, Astra Militarum, that will add lots of Astra Militarum units to the game that will be out on December 10th. Battle Sector is been out for a few years now. We release lots of faction DLC, Sister of Battle, Orcs, Tau, and is one of our best-selling games.
Perfect. So what would be your three main points of the game? Why should I play the game? The main three.
Okay. So definitely lots of similarities with Warhammer tabletop games, which is something that maybe the oldest fan would like a lot. I definitely say the gameplay, which is very frenetic, very fast, and quite engaging, and also the details of the miniatures that in game that are really similar to the actual miniatures in real life.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for that. Thank you for your time.
It was a pleasure.
I'm joined here by Gareth, who's the marketing manager for it was Raw Fury, wasn't it?
It is, yeah.
Who have created Domekeeper.
That's right, yeah.
Could you just explain really quickly what Domekeeper is?
Yeah, so Domekeeper is essentially a roguelike tower defense mining game. You drop down onto a planet and you get this kind of dome base and you start digging down, looking for resources, and then occasionally you get some monsters come and attack your dome and you have to jump on your laser cannon and fight them.
Okay, so what's the point of the game? Is it just like, is there like an end goal to it, or is it just like point based? What's the end goal of it?
Well, our base sort of mode is called Relic Hunt, and essentially the point of that mode is once you touch down on the planet, you start digging, you're getting resources, but you're ultimately trying to find this relic to bring back to your base before you're destroyed by the monsters. So it's quite a run-based game. Like there are different map sizes, so each time you complete a run, you unlock like more domes, more gadgets, and you get bigger map sizes. So that's kind of the experience. It's also procedurally generated, so each time you play, like each run feels quite fresh, and you find different gadgets and things. But we do also have a couple of other game modes. There's a mode called Guild Assignments, which essentially like kind of unique challenge mode with different modifiers. You'll do a run, and instead of having like occasional waves of monsters, it will be you have one big wave of monsters that happens right at the end. So you can just keep digging and upgrading and then fight them at the end. So yeah, there's like more than one mode as well.
Perfect. Is this game available to play now, or is it coming out soon?
Yes, it's out now. It's been out for a couple of years actually, but we're kind of updating it regularly. We've added loads of new things since launch. So yeah, you can buy it now, and it's actually on sale on Steam now for £7.50 if you're interested.
Is it? I'm gonna have to pick that up. It was a game that caught my eye, this weekend. There's a lot of games here,
Yeah.
and it definitely caught my eye. Just one last question. Where did the idea come from? So what was the idea generation behind this one?
It's a good question. I mean, to get the best answer, you'd have to ask the developer Biffin Bits, if I'm honest. But what I can tell you is that Domekeeper actually started out as a game jam project. I don't know if it was over a weekend, but it was certainly in a very short amount of time. The idea of the game kind of came to fruition. Made by the really talented developers. Biffin Bits are a German developer. And then I think after they created the game jam, they actually released it on itch.io. And it had a very slightly different name as well. I think it was called Dome Romantique originally. But yeah, basically that was kind of how it started off. And it's just evolved since then, basically.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for watching.